Coach, for my money, it's the best time of the year, playoff football time, as postseason action descends. Coach, for my money, it's the best time of the year, playoff football time, as postseason action descends upon FedEx Field just outside of D.C. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good NFC matchup in store between the Carolina Panthers and the Washington Redskins. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Tonight, 180.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go.
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. He had over 100 catches in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch in this wild card game.
132 fighter. Slam.
On first down, it's gone. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Let's go.
11 yards and a Panther first down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Watch out.
Off on first down. Over the middle, complete. That's Manning. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16.
We go tonight. 180.
Check the outs. Check the outs.
Super one.
52 is the mic.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play call to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Maverick wall.
Play action. It's Goff. His throw caught at about the 5. Third catch for him on his drive alone, and it'll give him a first down. So first and goal and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game. They'll run here with Mack. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. They'll run with Hunt on second down. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers take it right down and score on the opening drive. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Haskins and the Redskins come up first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Safe.
49, check 49, check 49.
Under crunch, under crunch, under crunch.
Hey, straight. 218.
First carry for Nick Chubb. And this first play will get him back to the 25, but that's going to be it. Darren Lee there to get him down.
There we go.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10.
Hey, get in the weight room.
A run for Nick Chubb.
I got you, boy.
Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on third and just a yard.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
You better. 2-6.
On third and 1, it's Haskins. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Darren Lee picks it, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Pick 6 all day. Don't throw.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field.
Hold on.
Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
17.
After the interception, here's Goff. Going for it all, and he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers.
Give me the ball every time.
They widen their lead. Carlson on for the PAT. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go now.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Ball on the 30, they'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Haskins, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? It creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41.
Pick six, baby.
And
Let's
they
get
will
this
set up
all
shop
day.
in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
All you get is a headache.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Ball on the 42 as they come up second and 10.
I know he ain't. Cordell. Kill.
Here's Hunt. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
Hey, Haywood.
Mike's 57. 57's Mike.
Who there?
Third and long. It's gone. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. So it's not an NFL record, but it's not far off. That'll go in the books as a 61-yard field goal.
And wasn't it weird to see a guy line up for a field goal on the other side of midfield? The ball got halfway there, and you thought, no way is that going to make it, but it just kept carrying and carrying. And he winds up sneaking it right over the bar.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done to put the game in jeopardy.
Check 26. Check 26.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. He's going to wind up and air it out. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 35.
Here we go.
A huge play there for Washington. 42 yards.
Here we go.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
Deuce.
Throwing now, Haskins on 1st down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Frank Clark. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Throwing on 2nd and long. Haskins firing quickly here, and that's complete. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head scheme going.
Here's Haskins to throw.
Alert flare.
And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off around the 27, past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers.
Give me the bell.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
That didn't bother you too much last time.
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Check.
Following the penalty, Chubb. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Good job.
Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
They can't stop us, baby. Every time it's a sack. Come on, fellas.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Man out.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Panthers.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. Following the fumble recovery. Goff.
You ain't doing nothing today.
Got his man on the end route. Complete.
Come on,
and
fellas.
they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards, first down, Panthers.
No chance.
Hey, kill.
57's Mike. Mike 57.
Now gone on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb, and very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Yeah, baby.
They tried to almost swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive and move laterally and open up a crease and they can run through it. Didn't happen on that play.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Here we go. 15 Lonnie.
55.
Let's get stone.
On first and 10, it's Haskins. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
We won.
Here's Haskins out of the gun. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. So now 2 pick sixes that he's thrown in this first half of play. Where do you go from here?
Well, number one, make sure you keep your poise. Make sure you go to the sideline after throwing this second one, and you look like you're still in charge, that you're still the guy, because your team's going to feed off of you. And if you're having your hands on your head or shaking your head and walking with your head down, guess what? They're not going to rally at all.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go, man. Let's go.
Down.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position and throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him and they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now it's Haskins. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
One of the selling points of the corner route is usually the receiver is able to move away from the defender. But in this case, he didn't get that far away.
They give the Chubb out of the gun. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
I know you felt that one.
Von Bell up to make the tackle. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did, and remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult 3rd down call now.
Looking to throw, Haskins. Going up top. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
Haskins will throw. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position.
Merlin.
Kill.
Mike's 57, 57's Mike.
Hey. High 7.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. They'll look to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
3 down.
Goff now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10.
Shell.
57's Mike. Mike 57.
Gone. He's going to go up top for the end zone, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover down free. On 2nd down, it's Hunt. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that a team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. Good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think they'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
The Redskins on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Now Haskins to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Keep putting that ball on the ground.
And how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we drop. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. An ideal beginning of the drive here as they'll get 20 and a 1st down.
Let's go, boys.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Hunt. And an alley to run. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the route is on here in this 1st half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's do this.
At their own 25-yard line.
Check.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a 1st down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
He's got the 1st down and more past midfield. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Nick Chubb, 63 yards, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. From the gun, here's Gall. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. but they'll get it back.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Kill.
On 2nd and 10, gone. And his throw here's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And all this is taking him one-handed. What a catch.
Let's go, baby. Let's
23 yards, the final tally.
Goff
now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10.
Louis.
Again, Goff. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kaiser White. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to put a screen soon.
Gotta do better.
To try again after the sack. Haskins, the first catch of the game for George Kittle. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Ready up. 55. Check 55. Mike.
Check pass.
Haskins looking to throw on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Strip that ball.
Now it's Haskins.
We're getting tired of seeing this.
And he's going to go down again. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Here's Haskins. Trying to lay one up deep. And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 32. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, one of these 2 teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout.
Let's go.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
Here comes the
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. 3rd down, here's Haskins. Is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one.
Wow. You're a nice guy.
The Army.
Just incomplete that time. Flushed out right. That's to his running back, complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Looking to throw. Haskins. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for third down.
Let's go, defense.
From the gun, Haskins on third down. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. On fourth down, they'll try and run for it. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. The line to gain is the 33 on third down.
Watch the screen. Obama. Out
of the gun.
Let's go,
Gone.
Let's go,
That one is caught by Hunt. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
So much about offense is what we call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And the Redskins defense going to take over on the turnover on downs. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows a coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe he'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Haskins. And he loses the football a second time. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
Good job, D.
So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Jester.
They run with Hunt. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
Get there.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out. The running game can really benefit your team right now.
Hardball.
Just like that.
On first down, it's gone. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on 2nd down. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Here's Goff. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And now offensively, it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now, the play caller's thinking, what have I done before this?
He's got it for a Panther touchdown.
Oh, yeah, that's the score.
From 10 yards out. And the Panthers use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
We all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round, but I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game, and there was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel and make sure they get their security deposit back.
And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
Okay, ready?
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Tight end to the right,
And they had the
tight end to the
fumble
right.
last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over,
Yeah, baby.
the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. They go with 12 on second down. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
This is more where I came from.
Get some.
From the gun on 3rd down. Haskins. Open man. Smith-Schuster. It's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
All day, baby.
The
Let's
Redskins
go.
have the first
Let's
down
go.
on a pickup of 18.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Got Chubb running right. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Yo, trip ends here.
Ready?
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Come on, baby. Come on, let's go.
Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down.
Stop coming.
This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. Oh, and now he bowls him over. It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11.
Let's
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route,
Mike's 5-4.
definitely an effective way to
that
sneak him
quarterback,
across the
D-line.
formation
Get that
for easy completion and a first down.
Get that quarterback.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, y'all.
Let's go. Get set.
Babies cry all the way back home.
They'll keep it on the ground. Sears. Room here to run. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Washington. And the Redskins are able to at least knock this deficit down a bit. Extra point splits the uprights, so they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter.
14. Michael Dixon set to kick off.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
Let's go.
Goff now. Perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it here with Hunt. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield.
Day, baby.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Whip.
Hey, Shell. Hey, seam 6.
On 2nd and 9. Goff.
Hot down, baby.
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. And he completes it to Hunt.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. 1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice and ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
A good starting spot for the Redskins as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Come on, Olave.
That right now,
Come on, Olave.
that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Watch
They're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Looking long for Thomas. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front, sink. The front, putting on the pressure. The backside, being ball hawks and picking passes off.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Now Haskins. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Here's Haskins to throw. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35.
It's a wrap.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth
quarter. An afternoon to forget, absolutely. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
57's the mic. 50.
Following the fumble recovery, Goff. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in.
Baby, let's go. Get excited. Let's
First
go.
play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Wait, 20. Hold on. Check.
Now a first down throw, Goff. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line.
Let's go.
The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
Okay, double up.
Motion.
Slam.
Value 3.
They'll run on first down. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal. They'll run it with Mack. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
Get him.
Goff. And it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And nothing but daylight ahead. He's at the 30. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Redskins touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
The point after is good, and the lead drops from 34 down to 27.
Redskins 21. Michael Dixon set to kick off.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there.
Let's go, baby.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout,
because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out, and no one wants to go back to those memories. But when I was calling college football, I saw a game that team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent, and in the NFL in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good now was dominant.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off around the 41. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go. Heavy, what you got?
Now after the turnover, here's Haskins.
Here we go. He's coming. Double up.
Escaping the pressure right. Pass incomplete. Another incompletion. It's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
I'm coming.
2nd and 10 now. Haskins. And Watson has it right side. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Check the backer.
On first down, it's Haskins. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. They blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You don't want no problems with me.
Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of...
And my goodness, another interception. And I do believe this is going to wind up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? Wow, what a disaster. You talk about a guy making a good play on the interception and then just trying to be too cute on the return.
It almost felt like his own gyroscope really got out of whack, didn't it? Going backwards into your own end zone after such a great play. Totally disoriented and gave up 2 points for his team.
Come on now. Let's go. Here we go.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there.
It got his man.